What if everything you know about wealth is wrong? Think about it. Why do some countries overflow with prosperity while others seem trapped in poverty, generation after generation? Most of us are taught that wealth comes from gold, hard work, or just being lucky. But 250 years ago, one book flipped that idea on its head, and its shocking truth explains why the world looks the way it does today. Picture this. It's 1776. The world is obsessed with stockpiling gold, fighting wars over silver, and believing that whoever owns the most stuff wins. But then a quiet Scottish philosopher, Adam Smith, writes a book, The Wealth of Nations, and suddenly the rules change. Smith claims that wealth doesn't come from gold at all. Instead, he reveals a hidden force that shapes the destiny of entire nations, and it's something most people never notice in their daily lives. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see why most people, including governments, still get wealth completely wrong, and how Adam Smith's radical insight can change the way you look at money, work, and even your future. Before Adam Smith, most leaders believed wealth was about hoarding gold, conquering new lands, and squeezing as much as possible from their colonies. Nations fought bitter wars over coins and cargo. Merchants and kings thought the more they kept for themselves, the richer they became. But this thinking led to rampant chaos, poverty for ordinary people, broken economies, and endless cycles of boom and bust. Then in 1776, Smith published The Wealth of Nations, shattering centuries of economic dogma. He argued that true prosperity wasn't about gold or government power, it was about people, ordinary people. What they produced, traded, and how they cooperated. And here's the twist. Most of what Smith revealed is still misunderstood today. Even now, politicians and business leaders repeat the same mistakes that kept entire nations poor. So why should you care? Because Smith's discoveries don't just explain why some countries succeed while others struggle. They hold the secret to building wealth in your own life, no matter where you live or how much you start with. If you're ready to break free from old myths and learn the surprising science behind real prosperity, hit that subscribe button now, because the next few minutes could change how you see money, work, and success forever. The Pin Factory Revolution. The power of division of labor. Imagine walking into a small workshop in the 1700s, a place that crafts something as simple as pins. At first glance, it's nothing special. Piles of wire, men at workbenches, and the faint smell of metal in the air. But Adam Smith noticed something extraordinary. He watched as each worker focused on just one tiny part of the process. One straightens the wire, another cuts it, another sharpens it, and another attaches the head. Separately, each person could make a handful of pins a day. But together, each specializing in their task, they could produce tens of thousands. Smith referred to this as the division of labor. It was more than just efficiency, it was a revolution. By breaking big jobs into smaller, specialized tasks, ordinary people could create more, better, and faster than ever before. Suddenly, it wasn't just the kings and merchants who got rich. Everyday workers could raise their standard of living too. This simple observation changed everything. It meant that wealth wasn't about hoarding treasure, but about unleashing the hidden power of collaboration and skill. But Smith didn't stop there. He saw something even deeper, a force guiding this new world of productivity and trade, and it was invisible to almost everyone. The invisible hand, why self-interest isn't selfish. Here's where Adam Smith gets truly controversial. He argued that when people pursue their self-interest, not out of greed but simply by trying to improve their own lives, they end up helping society as a whole. He called this the invisible hand. Picture this, a baker doesn't wake up before dawn to bake bread because he wants to feed the world. He does it to earn a living, to provide for his family. However, in doing so, he fills the town's shelves with fresh loaves, feeds hundreds of families, and helps the entire community thrive. It's not charity that makes markets work. It's the alignment of self-interest with the needs of others. Each person, by chasing their own goals, unknowingly contributes to the prosperity of all. This was a radical idea, especially at a time when most leaders believed that force, rules, or strict control were necessary to build wealth. Smith argued the opposite. The more people are free to create, trade, and pursue their passions, the more society benefits as a whole. But here's the catch. When governments or powerful groups attempt to manipulate the system by setting prices, creating monopolies, or blocking competition, the invisible hand stops working. History is replete with examples of well-meaning rules that made everyone poorer. So if wealth isn't about gold and isn't even about government control, what is it about? That's the next truth Smith revealed. A truth most people still miss. The real source of wealth, not gold, not silver, but labor. For centuries, kings and nations measured their wealth by the size of their treasure chests. Gold and silver were hoarded, fought over, even stolen. But Adam Smith shattered this illusion. He argued that real wealth isn't stored in vaults or counted in coins. Instead, it's created every single day by people working, inventing, and building. Labor, not gold, is the true engine of prosperity. Imagine two countries. One sits on a mountain of gold but produces nothing. The other has no precious metals, but its people are busy making clothes, building ships, growing food, and inventing new tools. Smith would argue that over time, the second nation becomes far richer. Why? Because wealth is not what you have, but what you can create. This flips everything we think we know about value. It's not about stockpiling resources. It's about unleashing human creativity and effort. Even today, this lesson is missed. Governments chase resources, individuals chase quick money, and companies focus on what they own instead of what they produce. But Smith's warning echoes. The true riches of a nation and a person come from their work, skills, and ability to contribute to society. But can pure freedom create endless growth? Smith knew that wasn't the whole story. When markets are left completely unchecked, things can spiral out of control. When free markets fail, the role of the state. Adam Smith didn't believe in chaos or total anarchy. He saw the power of free markets, but he also saw their limits in the dangers that come when greed goes unchecked. History gives us plenty of warnings. When businesses become too powerful, they can form monopolies, crush competition, and exploit both workers and customers. Without rules, the strongest players rewrite the game in their favor. Markets can also overlook things that matter most, such as justice, public safety, or a clean environment. That's why Smith believed the state has a vital role to play, but not in controlling every detail. Instead, the government should do what the market cannot. Defend the nation, security and protection, deliver justice, laws, courts, fair play, build infrastructure, roads, bridges, education, protect the vulnerable, basic safety net, fair rules. Smith knew that for markets to work truly, there must be trust, fairness, and a foundation that everyone can build upon. A wise government doesn't stifle creativity, it creates the conditions for people to flourish. But here's the sad truth. Even today, many societies swing too far in either direction, either too much control or not enough, and as a result, the same mistakes repeat, holding back progress for everyone. Why most people still don't get it? With all these timeless ideas from Adam Smith, you'd think our world would be overflowing with smart economic decisions. But here's the truth. Most people, and even most governments, still get it wrong. Just look around. Countries obsess over natural resources, chase short-term profits, or try to fix the market with heavy-handed controls. Inflation runs wild when leaders print money without restraint. Monopolies form when competition is shut down. Corruption flourishes where justice is weak. And on a personal level, most of us still believe that the path to wealth is luck, inheritance, or chasing the latest get-rich-quick scheme, rather than building skills, producing value, and collaborating with others. It's no wonder economic crises keep coming back. Smith's ideas are powerful, but only if we're willing to use them. So what's the biggest economic mistake you see happening in your country, or even your own life? Please share your answer in the comments below, as sharing real stories helps all of us become smarter. Let's bring it all together. Adam Smith's Wealth of Nations revealed truths that changed the world. Division of labor isn't just about factories, it's the engine of modern productivity. The invisible hand demonstrates that pursuing your own goals in a free and fair market can actually benefit everyone. Real wealth isn't gold or land or luck, it's the creative power of people working, learning, and building. Markets need rules, justice, trust, and opportunity, so everyone has a chance to thrive. If you want to build real wealth in your country, your business, or your own life, the lesson is simple. Focus on what you can create, who you can help, and how you can grow. Wealth isn't a lottery ticket. It's the result of what you do and the value you bring. And if enough people understand these principles, we can truly build a world where prosperity is possible for all. Before you go, what's one idea from today's video that surprised you, or one way you think Smith's lessons could help in your own life? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep this conversation going. And if you want to delve even deeper into the psychology of wealth, I highly recommend watching our summary of The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. This book brings Adam Smith's ideas into the modern world, showing how your beliefs, habits, and emotions shape your financial destiny just as much as economics or policy. You can find the video right here on our channel or by checking the link in the description below. So if you're ready to rethink what wealth means, watch that video next. And remember, subscribe, like, and share this video if you found value. Because every week we bring you mind-opening book breakdowns to help you grow richer in every sense of the word. See you in the next one.